Every so often, a piece of tech comes along that doesn't just feel kinda new, it feels like a genuine peek into the future, like science fiction stuff. Well, today we're going to talk about one of those moments, all centered around a tool that has the tech world absolutely buzzing with some next level excitement.
So let's just get right into it. I mean, forget about simple stuff like automating a few tasks. One user, Albi Katiar, put it as bluntly as you possibly can. It's running my company. Just let that sink in for a second. Not helping with the company, running it.
And look, this isn't just one person getting carried away. Somebody else claimed it's been nothing short of an iPhone moment for me. I mean, come on, that is a huge statement. You're comparing this to one of the most game-changing pieces of tech in, the last 50 years? But the wild comparisons don't even stop there. John Wise says that using this tool, Clawdbot, for just 1 week genuinely feels like early AGI. Artificial general intelligence, an AI that can basically learn and do anything a human can. So people aren't just saying it's a useful tool, they're saying it feels like a fundamental leap forward in intelligence itself.
So you've got to be asking, right? What on earth is this thing? What is Clawdbot, and why is it making people talk like this? All right, let's break it down. The hype is one thing, but we need to understand what we're actually looking at here.
Okay, so at its core, Clawdbot is an open source personal AI assistant. But the words you really got to focus on are runs on your own computer, learns from you, and can control your apps. This is not just another chatbot in the cloud. We're talking about a powerful agent that lives right there inside your own machine. And this really shows you the difference. If you put Clawdbot up against something we all know, like Siri or Alexa, it's night and day. Siri is a closed-off, walled garden running on some giant corporate server. Clawdbot, it's open source, and it lives on your computer. That means your data, its memory, it's all persistent and private. And maybe the biggest kicker? Its skills aren't set in stone. They're hackable, and it can even build new ones for itself. So what's the secret sauce here? What gives it these superpowers? Well, it really comes down to a few core ideas that just completely change the game. So here are the 4 big ones. First, like we said, it runs on your machine. That means you're in control, it's private. Second, it's open source, so anyone can tinker with it and make it better. Third, it has a persistent memory, so it actually learns about you over time. And finally, it has full access to your whole system and browser, so it can actually get stuff done. And this quote from Mark Jacquith just nails that first point. Your context and skills live on your computer, not a walled garden. That shift from their cloud to your machine is everything. And that feeling of control is so powerful. One user, Albert Morrill, compared it to the old Linux versus Windows days, saying, "You're in control, you can hack it and make it yours." It's not just about convenience, it's about empowerment. And that persistent memory, that's what makes it so personal. It stops being just a tool and becomes your assistant. Like Kyle says here, his assistant, Claudia, remembers everything I tell her and can actually do stuff. That combination of remembering and acting is what makes it feel so alive. Okay, everything so far has been really cool, but this next part, this is where things go from very cool to straight up science fiction. See, Clawdbot isn't just some static tool you use. It's an assistant that actually builds on itself. So let me walk you through this, because it's pretty mind-bending. You can just ask it in a normal chat app to learn how to do something new. The AI then goes and writes the actual code for that new skill, all by itself. Then it installs that skill into its own system, and boom, the skill is just ready to use. It literally teaches itself how to do new things just because you asked it to. So what can it do with these skills it learns? Let's look at some real examples people are sharing. For instance, someone had it build a website for them, and they did the whole thing just from their phone. Pretty impressive, right? But hold on, that's not even the whole story. That user at the Kids A was doing it while putting my baby to sleep. And that right there, that's the whole new paradigm. You're doing complex digital work from literally anywhere with a simple text message. All right, let's take a more technical example. If you're a developer, you know that getting an API key can be this whole annoying process of logging in, clicking through menus, configuring settings. Well, Clawdbot can just do it.
I mean, listen to this. A user said their Clawdbot needed an API key, so it just opened my browser, opened the Google Cloud Console, configured OAuth, and provisioned a new token. It just navigated a complex website that was built for a human, and it completed the task all on its own.
And here's something totally different. It's not just about technical jobs. Its proactive nature can sometimes lead to some unexpected results. For instance, it might just decide to argue with your insurance company for you.
And no, I'm not kidding. This is a real story. A user's Clawdbot accidentally started a fight with Lemonade Insurance. But here's the crazy part. It worked. The company actually started to reinvestigate the case. So the AI's little argument had real-world financial consequences. So when you take a step back, where is all this actually going? When you have a single interface that you just talk to that can learn any skill and control any program, what does that even mean for how we use computers? I think this quote from @DareWalk really nails the potential endgame. It's all collapsing into one unique personal OS. All apps, interfaces, walled gardens, etc. gone. The whole idea is, instead of clicking around in dozens of different apps, you just talk to your one personal OS, and it does everything for you.
And that leaves us with a pretty provocative question to end on. With a tool like Clawdbot, are we just looking at a cool new assistant? Or are we actually witnessing the very beginning of the end for apps as we know them and the dawn of a completely new way of living in our digital world?